Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So we are here with the brand new extra stages from the Traveler's Memory, right? And then first and foremost, we have finally cleared it on like day 1 of the release of this stage, right? So this is Zupa Jie's extra, right? And then I'm gonna walk you through the strategy using an Azathoth team. So this team I think is well tailored or well suited to take down this particular stage, right? So you can see team members, we have Azathoth, Ursula, Novelist, Nihawk, pretty standard members, and then we have one extra Zhao Yun, which is usually a slot for Colin. So I prefer bringing Zhao Yun because it's a more stable setup, right? So I'll just explain along the way. So first battle is a Soul Stone, in which it's going to kill you in 2 turns, so make sure you can store 1 turn and then kill it off. Right, battle 2, we'll be running into a lot of mini mobs along the way, right? So definitely make use of these mini mob stages to store back your active skill if you somehow use more than what you needed on the actual stage. Right, so the first mini boss we're going to encounter will be Yidra, Power Release Yidra, which is going to give you 99 turns of spin time debuff, which is not very friendly to most teams out there with a standard spin time of 5 seconds. Alright, so with Azathoth having just extended rune movement time already, it's not really gonna affect Azathoth in any way, just slightly. Right, so next we have Doris coming in with the ambush attack, and then it's gonna mark down earth runes. So fortunately you can see I don't have a lot of earth runes on the board, so just spin away, and then 1 spin, hopefully you can actually take down Doris. So she's on spam Trojan, right? Not low the HP, the higher the attack, so just go ahead and just take her down. Next we have Barbara coming in with 5 turns of team attack nullified, right? So it's not that your damage is going to be reduced, right? It's totally nullified, you can't launch any attack. So but for Azathoth though, his passive snipe damage is still going through. So here you can use this chance to actually just try to chip as much HP as possible, right? So you can have a smoother progress after this debuff wears off. So you can see I'm slowly chipping Barbara's HP using a snipe, and now it's gonna go past, it's way below half HP already. So what we can do is just to stall out, right? Novelist, this Azathoth team have enough HP to take hits all the way until the debuff wears off, right? So no problem with this stage at all, it's just a bit time consuming, that's all. So once the debuff wears out, you have this column of 2 columns of weathered runes, so you can decide for yourself whether you want to clear it off using Azathoth or just gradually clear it as you progress through the battle. Right, so next HP bar is light and dark damage minus 90%. The lower the HP, the higher the attack. So at this point of time, you have no choice but to activate Ursula, because Novelist definitely can't break through that thick HP. Right, so by sharing damage, majority of the damage is coming from Ursula, Nihawk, and Zhao Yun, right? Because light and dark damage basically can't do much to Barbara in the first place. Right, so next we have mini mobs once again. So this is where I try to wear off Ursula's second burst because not needed, and then I can actually take this time to store any sort of active skill that I use, right, which is mainly Azathoth and Ursula. So you can see by slaughtering 1 mob, you can actually recover 50% of your HP, which is 25,000. So you can see once you notice you're low on HP, just match 3 dark runes, slaughter 1 mob, you get back 50% of your HP. So it's rather survivable with these 3 mini mobs on battle 6. Right, so battle 7 is slightly more troublesome because we have a witch at 40% HP reduction. Right, dragon team are never a fan of HP reduction because there's a huge chunk of HP being deducted. Right, so here try to launch a full attack if possible, taking down the 2 witches. Right, if not, try to take down the 40% one first because think that's the more troublesome one. Next, Draco with monochrome runes. I believe this is more of a stage given to you, right? Just simply spin and take down Draco. Unless you have really problems reading through the monochrome runes, then I suggest you have to do some practice with it. Right, so next we have Andromeda with enchanted water, fire, earth, excluding light and dark shield. On top of that, we have a damage reduction for light and dark. So here, you can store out for a few turns. Right? Try to have enchanted red, green, blue on the board. Right? Water, fire, earth, and then try to clear off unwanted runes like dark, light, heart. Don't really need a lot of them on the board. So once you have all 3 colors enchanted, right, red, green, blue, activate Ursula and do a free movement using Zhao Yun's active skill. Right, so at this point of time, don't align light and dark. Right, so you can do things something like this to try to split out the dark runes, right, and then they'll end up as sky drop. And as usual, same as the Barbara stage, Ursula, Nihawk, and Zhao Yun's doing the majority of the damage. Next, 2-second movement time. Right, Andromeda, 2-second movement time, plus you have to dissolve first batch of water, plus above 8 combos. So this is the best way to counter this is just simply turn on Azathoth. Right, so here we have a nicely arranged 6 combo, and then with 2 sky drop, that's 8 combos. And then, you know, that 2 columns of water rune is already aligned nicely for you. So just activate Azathoth, and then that's it. Right, so fortunately, next round is all mini mobs once again. So it's the same strategy as I mentioned before. Right, try to just kill one of them, see, and get your HP back, and then just rinse and repeat until you are safe to go. You know what I mean? Like at least Ursula's up, Azathoth's up, and then you can just proceed with all your active skills ready. So one good thing about this extra is that there is no round limit, so there's nothing really that's really gonna pressure you in any way. Okay, next up we have minion shield, 2-second movement time minion shield. Right, so here it's best if you do full attack to wipe out the side mobs first, right, before launching the attack at the middle mob. I don't think she's strong enough to be a boss. Right, so you can see here is a awkward situation whereby the middle mob is at CD1. I do not want her to spawn the side mobs again, so I just let the mob attack me, right, and then after that I'll just simply get rid of the side mobs together with the middle guy. Okay, next we have Huifreya. I still can't pronounce her name, right, with the vortex runes. So at this point of time, you can see I almost forgot about the vortex rune. Just spin accordingly. I don't know why is this stage supposed to be a threat in the first place. Okay, just spin and get rid of it. Battle 13. So this is one of a troublesome stage, right? So for me, I'm being very fortunate because the Tetris is in a very basic shape, right? So Chesia here requires you to fill in the Tetris shield with 5 runes only. So you might encounter some weird and extended Tetris shield like this, right, which is not really the normal original shape, and this requires you to slot in more 5 runes, right? So try to maybe use Zhao Yun as a free movement to help you slot in the Tetris shield if needed, right? So next we have Spam Trojan Chesia. So not really a big threat to us because Spam Trojan is gonna take quite a while for it to have a skull on Azathoth team. Right, so you can see I kind of misspin there. Not quite sure what happened. Not quite sure what happened there. But anyways, second spin that's gonna take down Chesia, and then moving on to the next battle. Battle 14. So this is a stage that should scare most teams out there. Alright, 3 turns of full frozen board, and then you can't really do anything about it. Right, so the good thing is Floris is at CD2, so technically you only take 2 hits. Right, so 2 hits, and you can see I'm at 11k HP, so actually the damage is pretty high. Right, so I suggest Azathoth team for sure for this extra stage. right? Plus you have to break the 8 million barrier. Novelists can do that pretty well. Boss, we have Sus instead of 猪八戒, okay? So convert a full board of Earth Runes. Earth Runes cannot be dissolved, so I don't know what in the world man is doing, right? And then by dissolving, the more Earth Runes dissolved by the enemy in the round, alright? So it's gonna dissolve. It's gonna take in the Earth Runes that you did not dissolve, increasing its attack and defense. Okay, so here I'm going to activate Azathoth to of course clear off the board. So now we have our own attacking runes instead of a board full of Earth Runes that we can't dissolve, right? And then that's definitely going to take down the first HP bar of Sus. Right, next up, Ambush together with Rune Confusion, and on top of that, anti-initial combo of Earth Runes. So here, I just delayed Sus for fun, right? So technically really not needed there, so I activate Nihawk. So at this point of time I have not touched Nihawk at all, right? So here's the final burst, activate Azathoth once again. So you know that the column below Nihawk, that's gonna be the Earth Rune, right? Obviously. So here all you need to do is move that center piece away, right, somewhere, and then that's not gonna give you an initial dissolve of Earth Runes. And then by doing that, congratulations, you have completed 猪八戒's extra, right? So Azathoth is a very comfortable team to defeat this extra, right? So if you guys have Azathoth, good for you, right? Try this setup. I think it's one of the more comfortable setup for you to clear 猪八戒's extra. I think that I got a few frames being skipped there, right? Not so sure what happened there. Okay, anyway, 猪八戒's romance done. Alright, so let's take a look at the reward. So reward for 猪八戒 is gonna they only state that it's specific cards, right? So we're just gonna take a look. Specific cards. What specific cards exactly? Alright, so you can see that we have a bunch of specific cards. So basically it is 1 harpy together with 5 baby harpy and a Dr. Alpaca, right? So which is one of the more valuable rewards among all the Traveler's Memory that we have defeated so far, right? So as of now, right, 1 clear, 4 more to go, right? So hopefully you guys enjoy this 猪八戒 extra, right? Leave a like if you did. As usual, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.